Here's a question from This is Bumby about Shotcut. Trying to add text that moves from the right into the frame and then fades to black, but every time they add it, the font is back to Verdana, the text just falls, and for some reason in the video it's Edwardian, but when they're trying to add it to their projects, it always goes back to Verdana. So yeah, they provided a little short video, and they just create a text element from other and then add to their frame. Now he mentions, I know this is not a filter in this particular example, but I'm trying to point out what the problems are. So let's go over this really quick. It's not too big a deal. It has to do with how those presets use keyframes. So I'm going to go ahead and open up a Shotcut project. I have a transparent background here with nothing on it. I'm going to go ahead and add a simple text filter. And I'm going to just change it to static text because that makes life easier. Our friend in the Reddit post said, I keep changing the font to Edwardian, and then it keeps changing back. So I'm going to change mine to Edwardian script here. I'm going to choose something that's nice and large. Font size for my page. I'm going to hit OK, and then I'm going to use font thickness. Now this is different from what the person who asked the question did, which is they put the text on the page and then they use these handles here to resize everything, position it on the page. I'm going to show you why that's probably not the best idea. So the default, here we go, I'm going to do slide in from the right. And oh no, look, it's already going back to Verdana. So what I want to point out here is that this preset includes everything in it, such as the text, the font color, what font you're using, the thickness of the outline of the font. So if you're going to use one of the defaults and you want to use it multiple times in your project, what you should do is select the preset first. Then once you've got the preset, you can go in and you can change your font. So I'm going to change it here back to Edwardian script like they requested. I'm going to change my font size back to, I think 120 is probably good for the amount of text I have. I'm going to hit OK. I'm going to hit play to make sure that it's doing what I want it to do. Should just slide in from the right. There we go, slides in from the right. Now I'm going to use the font size so that I actually get the font that I want. And then what the person who asked the question wanted was they wanted this text. They went back to the beginning and they wanted this text to start up high. So they selected somewhere in here where they could see the handle and they moved that text up high like that. And they said, oh, there we go. It's centered on the page. That looks good. They pulled some handles around. And then they were like, oh, why is it jumping around? Why is it dropping? Why is it moving? And the answer is it's a special kind of keyframe. So what I moved is the location of the text at a specific moment in time. And what I didn't move was the location of that text in the keyframe. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to look here and to see that this is at -433. It's about where it looks good on my screen. I'm going to go back to the beginning. I'm going to put this at -433. And then at the end, I'm going to go ahead and put that, make sure it's at -433. And so what I should get now is consistent movement out of that text. It moves into the center of the screen. It looks great. And then what I can do if I want to add that fade out filter that they were looking for, I can do fade out video. And so then what they'll have is they'll have two different filters, the text simple and the fade out. Text will come in, and then it should, at the end of the clip, fade out, just like that. So problem solved. I hope this answers the question, and I hope it helps some of you understand why those presets are causing you issues. The other thing that I would suggest doing is once you have a preset, you can see the preset is no longer selected here. And what I can do is I can go ahead and add my own preset and call this whatever my project titles. And then I can reuse it anytime I want. The font will be the same, the position will be the same, the movement will be the same, and I won't have to worry about having everything change when I select presets in the future. So I hope this was helpful. Hope everybody out there finds this to be intuitive, and I hope that in the future you'll use this in your projects and it'll get you through your day.